Hello, my name is Crystal Chibu and I'm your Hope Catalyst. Today I'm still talking about non-profits or NGOs. For those of you that have not heard me talk about non-profits before, I said non-profits or NGO. NGO meaning non-governmental organizations, charities, social enterprises that come up to support the work of the community and make change happen and create impact. I started by talking about different donors or types of donors that you need to get funding for your NGO. I've talked about individual donors and then I've talked about major donors or high net worth donors. And today I am going to be talking about corporate donors. Yes, corporate donors. And some of you might be asking, corporate donors? Yes, corporate donors. They are businesses that want to support non-profits because those non-profits are working in the line of the things that they want to do. And then they have what they call CSR or CSI, as the case may be, corporate social responsibility. However, a lot of organizations are moving towards corporate social investments. And you might say investment, yes, basically just ensuring that the funds that they put in place, to support the social work or the community, it's not wasted. It's an investment in the lives that they are putting it into. So that's what corporate means. Businesses basically funding or sponsoring the projects that the non-profit is working for. And when you think about it and you think of corporate donations or corporate donors, it goes beyond just giving funds to the non-profit. There are different arms and different things that happen. So the first one that I want to talk about will be volunteering of time. You see a lot of employees of different organizations. Once they are supporting an organization, they want to volunteer their time to either train, to either be there for the work that you're doing as a non-profit. All they want to do is sometimes to provide things in kind for your organization versus in cash. So pretty much the employees of the organization come together and they volunteer their time for the non-profit. The second thing that can happen is the volunteer, or you have grants basically from the organization. So they can say, oh, what's the project that you're working on? You want to send children to school? Okay, because it's in line with our values or where we want to put funds as an organization, then they in turn make that happen. The third one will be employee giving or employee engagement. Sometimes the employee of organizations just want to be the ones to even raise money for an organization. I experienced this a lot of times, different organizations supporting us, but really it's the employees of the organization that pick the initiative that they want to support, and then they come together as a group and then they fund that initiative, and then they not only fund, like I said, they participate in it and see that they are able to drive the work to conclusion, ensuring that the non-profit gets funded in different ways. And I think that this is really amazing. The thing with corporate donors versus individual donors, a lot of times when you think of individual donors, emotions are involved. The individual just feels like, oh, I want to support this work, and then they just go on ahead and support it. But when it comes to corporate, there's usually a laid down rules or different ways in which they want to support, because they've thought through and decided and said, oh, we want to fund children that need limbs, and that is their focus, and that's where they want to play. Irrespective of the sentiment or emotion that is tied to it, they might not want to do it because they have decided as an organization on the things that they want to fund. Another thing you need to know about corporate donors is the fact that they want to report, and their reports, they don't need a daily report or a weekly report or a monthly report, but there are three major reports that you want to share with them. First, you want to share an implementation plan of how the project is going to go, so that helps them to have a big overview of what it is that they are working on. They also want to understand what the outcome is. So you also need to be able to show them what the outcome of the project will be at the end of the day, and then you want to have a final report. And when you do this also, there's something that is called proof of performance, proof of whatever you want to call it. So you want to have videos, you want to have pictures that depict the work that they've done, so that you can share with them. This also helps with credibility, and it helps to authenticate the work that you're doing. And this is, corporate donors. Next week, I am going to be talking about foundations, and it's interesting how this is really different from the other types of donors that we've talked about. I want you to bear in mind that when it comes to either individual major donors or corporate donors, they don't mind funding what is known as services. But as we start talking about foundations and government in my next videos, you will see the major difference that exists between foundations, multilaterals, whatever you decide to call them, or government, and corporate individuals and major donors. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has helped you very much, if you know someone that needs this video, make sure that you share the video with them. And not only that, click the like button. I also want to hear from you. I want to know your thoughts, your experiences with corporate donors. Just drop your comments in the comment box, and I will definitely come back to you. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notification button. Have an amazing day.